Well, good morning. We are walking through beautiful old town here in Bratislava, Slovakia, and it is a lovely area. This whole area that we're going to be walking through has amazing architecture and history that goes back hundreds of years. There was a time when this city, Bratislava, was the center of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which was the most powerful in the 14th and 15th centuries. How exciting to be here, wandering amongst the beautiful architecture, enjoying the sights. There's people here from all over the world. I'm hearing languages from all over the world. There's young people that are backpacking. I guess maybe during the holidays, they're taking a little time off from school. And that's part of what I want to talk about as well. We're going to have a good conversation today while we enjoy walking around Bratislava, Slovakia. And we're also going to grab ourselves a great bite to eat, of course, and enjoy ourselves as we are continuing this travel through Europe. What a great year it's going to be. What a perfect way to start the year off, to enjoy traveling through Eastern Europe and these different countries that I've never been to before. We've got a lot to talk about and a lot to cover. Let's keep going. I'm staying at the Hotel Taxis Recipica, and it is a package deal that I got, which is pretty darn good. It's like $280, and that was for 5 nights, and I got breakfast every morning, which I mentioned before. Eat the breakfast, because by the time you get out and start enjoying the city that you're in, other places are not going to even start opening until 12 noon, so I don't wait. I get myself a nice meal in me, and then I know I'm good to go. Get a couple of cappuccinos in me, and I'm off to Old Town. How beautiful is this? I love finding these back roads like this, just little cobblestone streets, and you go early in the morning like this, there's hardly anybody out. But I wanted to talk a little bit about seeing a lot of great travelers that are in their college ages, and they are with the big backpacks on their back. They're enjoying themselves as they travel through Europe, maybe on a break from college or maybe just after college. And there's 2 things that it brings to mind. I think it's a story for all of us. It's not just for them. First is I commend them for getting out and traveling the way that they do. I think it's fantastic. And I think that as a young man, I did not have the financial means to do something like that. So the US Navy paid for me to see the world. But they are out and about early in their life, and they're going to see so much and understand the world so much better than I did at that age. And I commend them for that. But there is something that I would caution them on as well. And I'm cautioning myself to not have an empty stomach. I'll tell you that much. I stopped over here at the Urban Bistro. There are so many little cafes and coffee shops, restaurants of all kinds. I really like this spot here. I think it's done beautifully. I love the way that this whole area has been renovated, and they just turn these little spaces into great little restaurants. I ordered a breakfast sort of winter drink. It had a little bit of tea and lemon and orange, and it had Jägermeister in it, which I've never tried anything like this. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. If you can imagine orange, nutmeg, and Jägermeister, that's what this tasted like, and it was perfect. And it was kind of a winter drink that went with their breakfast menu. Now, I started out early, so that's why I tend to have this. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Ooh, thank you. This is their avocado toast with 2 poached eggs, perfect. And this whole meal came up to about $20 American. I'm finding decent prices. This is the main city. This is the main tourist area in Bratislava. And $20 for this meal? I'm going to tell you right now, in America, you go to a touristy area,
and it's the main part of any town, you're not going to get out of there for $20. So that's why I'm saying I really do encourage you to travel to Europe.
What I would caution them on, however, is the lure to take out credit. Take out credit card debt and do the traveling. That can place you in a very bad situation early on in life. $10,000 in debt, credit card debt, when you're just trying to start your career, that can be rough. That can send you into a state of depression. There's an alternative, however. The alternative is becoming more popular, and it is called micro retiring. What is micro retirement? Well, it is an opportunity that people take at pretty much any age to go traveling for maybe a year and then go back to work. This is an opportunity for you to actually work, make money, put that money away, take off an entire year and go travel and do what you want to do. Then go back to work and you're not saddled in debt. That's important. This is a more responsible way to do this, and it's called a micro retirement. Have you heard of this? I think it's an interesting idea.
Have you heard of micro retirement? You know, I have heard about it before, and I tried something similar. Let's talk a little bit more about it.
You know, I tried the whole micro retirement thing, but we didn't really have a word for it at the time. And it was about when I was 50, I tried to see if I could stop working. And I realized financially it just was not possible. And I had to go back to work for 2 more years. But those 2 years really put me into a financial situation where I could relax and travel the way I do now. So I am glad that I made that choice. And I'm also glad that I did the micro retirement, if you want to call that, so I could find out that it wasn't the right time for me. I think this strategy works.
Walking the grounds here at St. Martin's Cathedral. This was open for me just to walk around. What an amazing area and a piece of European history. Incredible. The inside was open to wander around, but there were some barriers up. I didn't mind just kind of taking my time, and people were very friendly. I will tell you that, no doubt, Bratislava has been one of the most amazing stops for me.
I am finding Slovakia to be less expensive than most of the places that I've traveled to thus far here in Europe. The cost of just going to coffee shops and restaurants, the cost of the hotel here, the cost of Uber is half of what I've been paying throughout Europe. So just to let you know that I think that passing up Slovakia would be really missing an opportunity. First of all, it is really one of the most beautiful stops here. Some of the most incredible architecture that I just love to look at. When I travel, I enjoy trying the local foods, and I like to look at the local history. And yeah, it's been perfect. I definitely recommend Slovakia for travel.
The square here is set up for families. They have all of these kiosks with food and snacks and coffee, and also the hot cherry wine, which I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to try some of that. So I roamed around to see what I could find. I found this cherry wine stand, and they recommended I put a few pieces of orange and some other fruit in it.
Cheers. Cheers. Let's get this dryer. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's perfect today. It's chilly. Whew. But it feels good out here. A lot of families starting to come out. It's frozen my lips. We're gonna warm them lips up with that. Oh, that cherry wine is good.
Lots of rides and foods, everything. Considering the temperature, I tell you what, they are absolutely resilient here. Everyone's out and enjoying themselves. And when I saw these sausages and fried onions, I was like, yes, please. some nice mustard with it, and they had some good bread. Again, the bread that I'm getting throughout Europe is absolutely delicious. Very different than any bread that you eat in the United States. I could do a whole video on how different bread is in Europe compared to the United States. There's like no preservatives. It's nothing like the texture that you eat with the bread in the United States. It's completely different. I put fried onions on here and some mustard. Oh my gosh, it was good. I've enjoyed the food here. I've enjoyed every aspect. By the way, if you are planning to travel through Eastern Europe or anywhere in the world and you are concerned about healthcare insurance, the first link in the description will give you information on healthcare insurance.
If there's any way to describe the architecture here in Bratislava Old Town, it's ornate. The amount of carvings that go into these buildings, the doors that are 10 foot high, unbelievable. Just gorgeous, the amount of work that goes into these lovely downtown buildings. This is exactly what I came to Europe to see.
And we have more of this beautiful city to see. We're not done yet.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. We got a chance to continue walking through Bratislava, Slovakia in the Old Town District, which is amazing. It's beautiful. And we've got a lot more of Slovakia to see. If you are interested in this lifestyle that I'm living, traveling with one backpack as a minimalist all over the world, like and subscribe the video and come with, because that is what we do here. If you are interested in the equipment that I've been traveling with now for years in one backpack, there are links in the description for that equipment. There's also a link for my new book, The Traveler and the Bard. We will talk again soon. Aloha.
I was just minding my business, roaming the back alleys of Bratislava, Slovakia, enjoying the architecture when they saw me. The twin mad dogs of Bratislava. Look at them. They've already found their next meal. Huh? They're ready to tear these two foolhardy pedestrians from limb to limb. The mad twin dogs of Bratislava.
One of the rail trams going by. This is just the shortest one. Oh, God. Okay. Something is coming, making a bunch of noise over here. Let me tell you what's coming that's making all this noise. Each building. We're getting a noisy tram going by. Two of them. Back-to-back noisy trams. Then go back to work and you're not deeply sadded and you're not... Okay.